Oh, hey everybody, how you doing? It's Mike with Riding in the Ozarks, and today we're going to talk about my wedding day and the sketchy ass shit I did on my street glide that day. Man, I'm not sure that was wise. Let's talk about it. For those of you that follow the channel, you'll know I recently got married. Firecracker and I have been together 7 years. Our relationship kind of started at a bike rally, at Bike Fest, and then I proposed to her at Sturgis, and we got married at Bike Blues and BBQ. And I put a post out asking if people wanted me to record it. Some people said they would like to see it. Some people said save it for your, keep it personal, keep it private. But it wasn't really a private event. I mean, we did this at a rally 200 miles from home. A lot of family members and friends couldn't come. So we'd already planned on kind of live streaming it, where the people who couldn't be there could see it and feel like they were still kind of a part of it. So my good buddy John ran my phone and did a live stream on my Riding in the Ozarks Facebook page. My other buddy JS recorded clips and stuff, so he may do a YouTube video on it, and he's going to share that stuff with me. My buddy video guy Joe came down from Kansas City and brought his good camera and took all kinds of beautiful pictures. And I did throw up a little stationary camera and record some stuff. So if you really want to see more about our wedding day and stuff, maybe I'll put a link to the Facebook video down below and put like the full recording of the ceremony or something, or at least clips of it at the end of this video. We got married on Saturday during Bike Blues and BBQ at a place called the Beaver Dam site just west of Eureka Springs. Had a local minister come out and do it. Our friends showed up on bikes, and we lined the bikes up as an aisle, and everybody stood in front of their bike, and all the guys walked, my now wife, Firecracker, from one to the other, zigzag down the aisle, so they all got to kind of be part of giving her away because her father couldn't be there. It was very cool. We did have a little problem with the law. A little lady law dog park ranger came down and threw a fit because we had to pay $5 for each vehicle to park there, which I didn't know. I've been there half a dozen times and never paid, never saw a sign saying you had to pay. And it really wasn't about paying, it was about her attitude. It wasn't like, oh, I'm sorry, but I have to ask you to pay. She came up and I asked, what was the problem? And she's like, everybody needs to pay $5 to park here. There's a daily use fee. And I said, well, we're only gonna be here in 13 minutes, we're getting married, and then we're leaving after that. I mean, do we have to pay a whole day use fee for that? And instead of just saying, sorry, I got to ask you to get a permit, it's my job or anything else, she's like, you're not going to get married and leave in 18 minutes. I'll be back to check every motorcycle for a permit. And sure enough, she watched 20 bikers walk up to this machine and pay with a credit card, because you can't give it cash, to get a parking permit, go down there and put it on their bikes. And then she waited till 11 o'clock when she knew we were going to start, and walked down our aisle and checked every motorcycle. One guy's ticket had blown off in the wind already or something, and we're next to a lake, so he couldn't find it, but he did pay for one, so he had to get his phone out, pull up his credit card purchase, to show that he had bought one before she would leave him alone. And it was just, she could have handled it a lot better. She was rude, and after talking to some other locals, we found out that she has a reputation for being rude. So I don't know what to tell you, Corps of Engineers Park Ranger for Beaver Dam site, other than I feel sorry for you if you're so miserable that you want to, stomp on someone's wedding day and can't be at least polite or courteous about it. But don't worry, you didn't ruin our day. We had a good time anyway. All of our friends chipped in and bought tickets for everybody, and it got it all taken care of, so it was all good. We had bikers rolling by on the highway there over the dam, honking and waving when they saw what we were doing and stuff. It was a cool event. We had a good time. And then that afternoon is where shit gets sketchy. So we went out to Flatheads Rally Point after dropping off my wife's bike at the motel, and they were doing the hill climb. Adam Sandoval versus Shade Tree Searching. And Adam's Dirtster went up the hill pretty well. I mean, he was working at it, but he made it all the way up the hill on the first run. Shade Tree had a graceful dismount on his first run, but they managed to push him over the top on the second run. So it was a good time. It was fun. I enjoyed watching him do it. I'm interested in doing it, but I didn't have a bike to do it with, but I'd already started shopping and looking around for a bike that maybe I could do something like that in the future, be a part of that. That was cool. I thought it was great entertainment. Where it gets sketchy is that afternoon they did dirt drags, and they had 3 trophies, so they needed several people to participate to be able to do a runoff and stuff. And you know, Adam said something to me about getting in it, and I was kind of reluctant at first. It's my bagger. It's not really designed for that. I didn't have any other way of getting home. If I tore it up, I'd have to call somebody or get a U-Haul rental to haul it back and stuff. So I was a little leery about doing it, but nobody else was stepping up, so I stepped up, and then a few more people stepped up, and we had a really good time. And I managed to pull 2nd place, believe it or not, on a bagger. So it was a little sketchy though. I mean, they'd been running on it the day before and earlier that day, and everybody's runs, and by the final run, that thing was all rutted up. At least I didn't feel like I could get on it crazy out of the hole. Had to get past the ruts, and then I could get on it, and I lost, but not by much. And I'm working on a plan for next year. That'll be in a future video. But we had a great time, and I know some people wanted to know about the wedding and stuff, so I just thought I would kind of fill you in on the day. We left Flatheads after they gave out the trophies. I had to stay for the trophy. By the way, Shade Tree Surgeon, shout out to him, put up $500 for 1st place in the dirt drags and $200 for 2nd place. I won the $200, and if you know who Adam and Shade Tree are, you know those guys do a lot of work for charity. Adam just got off the Great American Convoy a few months ago, raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for Wounded Warriors Project. Shade Tree's always helping and raising money and promoting Forgotten Angels there in Florida. So I felt it was only appropriate for me to donate the $200 to charity as well that I won. So I bought $100 of raffle tickets. I hope that counts as donating to charity. That's kind of how I look at it. But for Forgotten Angels, so that'll help support them. And then I gave $100 to a local veterans charity that I like to donate to and stuff. So that's been done. I want to say thank you again to Shade Tree for making that donation and putting that money in the pot. It made it fun. It was a good time. For Adam for getting the trophies and doing this, putting on Flatheads. We just had a lot of fun, and we'll be back next year. And next year I hope to bring a bike that is a little more purpose-built and suited for those type events. After we left Flatheads about 6, we had to go to the Cat House. I did a live on Saturday night at the Cat House. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll put a link to it at the end of this video. But it was a good time at the Cat House on Saturday night. One of our friends had made arrangements to have a wedding cake delivered at the Cat House for us on Saturday afternoon. So when we got there Saturday night, we ate dinner, got to have wedding cake and do the little bride and groom feed each other thing and stuff and hang out with our friends. It was a really good time. I want to thank everybody in Eureka Springs that was a part of making this happen. The minister, our friends who helped arrange things, getting the cake, Vonnie and Kevin, video guy Joe for taking photos, and everybody chipped in and did everything could to make sure we had a great day, and we did. And that's part of our bike community and part of our bike family. My parents came up from Texas and was there. My dad brought his trike so he could be a part of the event, rode with us a little bit. I haven't got to ride with my dad in like 10 years, and that was up when he was up in Wisconsin, and we rode up the Great River Road for a while. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. My mom was there. My daughter came down from college. Unfortunately, most of April's family couldn't make it, but we were surrounded by our biker family and people that love us. Made our day great. So I think I've said that enough. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.